BC Outdoor Sport Fishing is brought to you by Pacific Toyota Dealers, Yamaha, BC Outdoors Magazine, Rapala, Duncanby Lodge, Port Boathouse, Lowrance, Mayhem Fly Fishing.
That wasn't. Hey! Double! Welcome everybody to BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. Well,
we're back.
I'll say we got a special crew with us this trip. Doing another derby, guys. We're up here at Nootka Marine Adventures, Moutcha Bay. They're taking part in their salmon enhancement derby, which is going to be lots of fun. Let's talk a little bit about what we've done. Obviously, the past we've done our chum derby up at Browns Bay, which is an absolute hoot. And I'm hoping that this time is going to be much the same. But let's start with the introduction. So we had Steve Ray from Kokanee. Steve, welcome.
Mike, thanks for having me on again. I'm just hopeful this time that Steve Sear can contribute a little bit more than last time.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Steve Sear from Yamaha. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me. This is a great opportunity for us to support the Nootka Sound watershed and fish the derby and have a really great time. Really looking forward to it.
Hold on. You want to trash talk him back? This is on camera. This is your time.
It's not my style.
All right.
Time's up.
All right. And we got Mike Hudson from Port Boathouse. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
You want to say anything
Look
special
forward to
about
being here again.
anything about these guys? It's your time to Team
You
Mike.
know what?
Is it Team Mike versus Team Steve? Is that what we're doing?
I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. You be
Good
on the
luck
ball.
to you.
Yeah, good luck to us. Anyway, so we're going to head out tomorrow. We just got here this afternoon, so we're going to head out tomorrow and do some, chase some Chinook and just coho around a little bit. But we're going to try and get on this leaderboard. That's the idea. I've got 2 days to get this done, and I'm confident we can get some fish.
There's some fish out there.
All right, I'll get the boats in the water so we can go get the gear ready for tomorrow and get some bait dyed. I think is a good idea.
Good idea.
All right, let's head over. We're gonna procure up some anchovies right now. Nobody else has this stuff out here. I shouldn't say nobody. If they do, they're smart. Simple. This is the stuff that's already pre-made. Normally I like doing the other stuff where you can make our own. That should be good.
No, we're good. I think this will take a good rip.
All right.
This is the way they were yesterday. Look at it go. No pressure. Look at it on top there.
Oh, that's the worst place for it.
Yeah.
Reel.
There. Oh, well, there you go, boys.
See, Mike is 0 for 2. I think you guys should sit up front for a little while. You guys can sit in the cabin.
Yeah. We're going to drop you guys off at the beach. You can talk to each other and think about what you've done or haven't done. All you kids at home, this is not how you fish. You'll see shortly how you fish. I promise you that.
Oh, it's a monster.
Oh, it's on the surface. Oh, look at it.
Excellent.
That was a great fight right off the bat there. Oh, no! Swing and a miss.
No surprise there. Tough break there, big fella.
We'll be right back.
Mike Mitchell here from BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. I'm going to give you my 5 quick kokanee tips to get you started this season. First of all, let's talk about rods here quickly too. When you're going to pick your rod out, or if you have some rods, get something that's got a real supple yet strong backbone to it too. We want the ultra sensitivity in the tip. We'd also want it to be able to flex and bend so when they're taking their runs, they're not going to pop the hooks out of their mouths. The next thing I'm going to say is leader length. Leader length is so important with these fish, it seems. The more erratic you can get your bait presentation, the better for these fish. Again, I would go between 18 to 12 inches on my leader length. The next thing we're talking about is the bait presentation. Lots of these little squirt hoochies here seem to work really well, but what I find nothing better is the old Procure dyed pink corn. You get your hands on that recipe, I'll even share it with you if you send me an email. I'll give you my secret recipe. But that has been the key for us for sure, is a nice dyed Procure pink corn. The next thing we're talking about is electronics too. Is you want to find the fish, and what you're looking for is the big schools. And once you find that, I mark a waypoint on my sounder, and we're going to go back and work that whole area. Even though they are moving within a certain area, they're all going to stay within that general area, and you can go back and forth over that school, and you're going to have multiple hookups. The last tip, and maybe the most important of the tips I'm going to give you, is speed. The speed you want to run between for Kokanee is going to be about 1.4 to about 1.6. This Yamaha motor that we're using is a 60 horse. Some guys are saying it's overkill. I'm going to tell you right now, I can get this motor down to 1.4 to 1.6 easily, and all it is a press of a button on the RPM adjustments here, and it is absolutely ultra smooth, ultra quiet, and that gets me exactly the same speed I need to go to increase my hookups.
Closed captioning brought to you by the world famous Duncan B Lodge, located in beautiful Rivers Inlet, BC.
Did you get that on the move? Mike? Yeah. Did you get that on the move?
No. I pulled the top rod.
Steve was just checking it for stuff, so I just slow her down just a little bit, let her see. Keep pressure on it, and then we'll...
Attaboy. Force it.
Right on. Michael, our first fish of the day.
Yeah.
Right on. Looks like a good one.
Sounds like a screamer.
What is this on, Steve? What's
That'll
this
be
one
that
on?
large weight.
Yeah. Lighthouse lure. That was the bottom rod?
That's bottom rod, 65 feet.
Yeah.
Read the bite.
That's a good thing. Seen it yet? Oh, there it is. Oh, I don't like that flasher pop way back there. Not good.
Are you netting it, Mikey?
Yeah, I got everybody's quiet.
Very tense.
Everybody's talking and breathing.
Very tense.
It's been an interesting morning.
Has.
I've lost a fish first off. Steve had one break off, or
No, he lost
popped
it.
one, and then Mike had one break off, and then you had a interesting one come in.
I did.
But this is the first official fish now. Sorry.
I have no comment.
I don't need that much.
Slow down a bit.
Yeah, baby! Attaboy, honey!
Good job, Mike.
Hey, there you go.
Well, Tom, you contributed. Good work. Welcome to the team, honey.
Don't drop the rod yet.
Got it, Mike?
All right, hey, that's a nice fish.
Hey, I'll take it.
That's second one to the boat. We had some chaos this morning. I lost one. I've
lost
lost
one.
one. Steve's lost one. You kind of lost one.
I didn't lose anything.
Lose everything. Right in the salad patch right now. We're up here again. We're at the Canada Derby up at Nootka Marine Adventures, and it's their big salmon hazard derby, right? So we got 100 entries in it. So there's lots of boats around, and of course with the closure right now, we're fishing inshore, which is kind of nice because the structure is beautiful out here, right?
That's awesome.
And
Fish on the beach, the kelp.
yeah, I've had some screamers. These fish come right up off the surface, and they're hot fish.
This
Awesome,
one,
right?
everything's up top.
Yeah, which is great. So let's get this in the box. You can mark it on your license,
Okay.
and we got the
Go.
rods down already. All right.
Let's see if we can get a double.
Line there, Mike. Yeah. You guys want somebody grab a net?
Yeah. I'll get the net.
All right, on my license and in the box.
Oh, yeah, good fish. Clear, Mikey. Oh, look at
Drop your anchor. We'll be right back.
Your life is an experience.
So I'm getting everything set back up again. He's driving the Hudson. And literally 50 feet in front of us, a humpback whale comes up right in front of the boat. And he goes, "Dad!" And I look over and I said, "It's a humpback, buddy. It's all good." about 2 minutes later,
Let us be one of them.
an eagle scoops down, grabs a rockfish out of a kelp bed, off it goes, and he was hooked.
Working gear, and we each get to weigh a fish in today.
That's awesome.
Even better.
Yeah.
Nice job. Nice job. All right.
Is this the first fish you've ever caught?
Yeah.
Did pretty good, Steve.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Good job, buddy. Way to go.
It's a hard-fought battle, but I won.
You did. He wasn't getting away either.
No, he was hooked good. He was a scrappy little guy.
All right, so I think now we should go in for the. We should probably go in for the day,
All right.
and we'll go to check out the weigh-in, and tomorrow we go to fish again anyway. So
Sounds good.
Redemption day.
Learning with the Pros, brought to you by BC Outdoors Magazine.
Hi, I'm Steve Ray from Lawrence, Canada. Big thanks to BC Outdoors for having me on. One thing that's really important about our product is GPS. So my recommendation to everybody is make sure you get an overlay data feature on your GPS with your radar. That way you can overlay the radar on top of your screen. You can see stuff in the water that's a problem for you, but more importantly, you can see where the other boats are. And if they're on the radio talking about all the fish, you can take your cursor, put it on top of their spot from a mile away and have their favorite halibut spot. So it is a multi-use tool. Make sure you use it. Thank you.
That wasn't. Hey! Double! Let's get a triple.
There it is. There it is.
Triple.
Grab the rigger. Grab the rigger.
Sorry. That would have been awesome.
Uh-oh. You seen yours yet, Steve?
No. Just come to the boat real quick.
Yep.
Oh, keep throttle down.
Haven't netted a fish in a while.
Oh, that's nice fish.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah. Coming for us. No, not ready. Sorry. Over here, buddy. No.
You can go back over that way.
Yeah, you back up.
Hey!
Double header.
Yeah!
Nice. Switch over. That's a job. That's better.
Yeah, nice start, guys.
Double header.
It's a good way to start the morning.
Hatchery fin clipped on this one. Nice, eh?
Still smaller fish, but way scrappier.
Yeah. Weird. All right, bait and a spoon. Bait, hey?
She's a strong one.
Yeah, bait will never work.
It was a good choice. We made that today.
Has this got bait on it?
Yeah, that's the bait side. Do you want to just put the rod down and just use your hands? Or
I'll
would
be
you-
using it.
Would you be more comfortable?
Yeah, I would. I prefer to use, just the back to the basics.
So that's what? Maybe 5 minutes total of bait down?
If that, yeah.
That's funny. Well, but we did see yesterday when we were cleaning the fish that there was no more squid.
No more squid.
And there was some bait fish in some of them. I mean, they were small, but there was that one actually that we caught.
There was a big herring in
Yeah,
it.
it was a good one. So
We just went through that big bait ball, too.
yeah, I think it makes a difference when you run the bait on that side. I mean, we did get that one on the spoon too. So let us know if you need some help or you.
We got the fighting belt.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
That wasn't him back there. By the way.
Thank goodness.
You better hope not, because it was basically an anchovy jumping.
And a long way away.
You fight the fish on this side.
Come on, buddy. Hey! How come nobody cheered when I caught the?
Yeah, slack line, Steve.
All right. Now the cheers come.
Out of here. And the old Little standby flasher from last year. It's gone through some damage too.
Yes, look at that.
But it worked really well, so that's why we keep using it. Okay, let's get this guy hooked.
Wanna leave these down?
Yeah, I think we're okay. Just touch it. I like it when we make some switches up. Start listening to our instincts. Right?
Or me.
Steve did have a seminar last night on the porch about telling us to get it together today and what needs to be done. How's it feel there, Mike?
It feels not bad. I think, it hasn't taken a big run yet or anything.
No.
So it's just coming with us.
Yeah, exactly what my fish did there too, I kind of just came up and then...
They fight a little different too when they come up from 100 feet than when you get them in the front.
Yes. Yeah, yesterday was amazing. Every time we hooked a fish, they're up on the surface. That's how we ended up losing a bunch. We weren't really in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We weren't really focused enough.
Yeah.
Get this guy in, get the pliers, we're gonna let this one go.
All right.
Oh, we got a fish on here. That's on the top rod?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go, bottom rod, buddy. You got it? Jumping back there.
Just pull it out of gear. Pull it out of gear.
Bait. We got one on a bait, one on a spoon, and one on a flash fly, all right now. So 103 all the way to 25 feet. No magic.
Look at that guy right there. See them?
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Double net.
Go for the double net. Whoa!
Oh, yes. You're okay. Yeah. That was, I guess that's a triple header.
That's triple.
Really, that's a triple header.
See the highest detailed images of fish and structure with active imaging. Share sonar, waypoints, and routes wirelessly between Elite TI2 displays. Elite TI2, new from Lowrance.
And now, here's a look at today's tackle and gear.
Hello folks, going to talk to you about the gear that we've been using on today's episode. I will start out with the rods. They're the 10.5 foot classic Moutchers, the medium light. Again, sensitivity's there, also the power too, pulling out of the downriggers, ripping them off the clips, and of course fighting the fish. No problem with the power and strength. Again, I like the medium light action, extra sensitivity in the tip to detect sometimes those subtle Chinook bites. The reels this time, we switched it up a little bit, got the brand new Legacy series by Lure Jensen. Again, large arbor reels, great pickup. The UV handled foam were fantastic as far as comfort. And again, a couple times fish take and run, and there's nothing like having a soft padding when you're getting your knuckles dusted by the reel handles. And of course, then we went to the old standby, the shift reel. And as you can see, both large arbor again. High vis line on one, smoke blue line on the other. And that's the go-to again. The reason we do the high vis line is, of course, we get double headers or triple headers sometimes. You never know which way that line's gonna go, so it's nice to be able to pick out where the line's going if you're having the old rod tango there. I'm just gonna put these aside over here for a minute, and I'll get into the rest of the gear for us here. Starting down, basically, flashers. Again, the two go-to flashers that we go to all the time, the double black glow. This is one of my favorite. I've used these last 3 years, and this has become closely one of my favorites too. Obviously, the moon jelly tape on the white. This is great in shallow water conditions, deep water conditions, and again, those are the two main flashers that we've used on today's episode. We'll talk leader material here quickly, and leader material today was a Suffix fluorocarbon, 30 pound. I run that on everything we do, whether it's a spoon, some of the hoochies, the flash flies, bait even. We run 30 pound, that's all we really need for these areas. Leader lengths today varied, and this is something I get a question about a lot. I'm gonna say on our bait we're running about 4.5 to 5 feet. Spoons are running up to 7 feet, and hoochies we're actually quite short on the flash flies, about 42 inches. And again, on the bigger jughead ones, the big white one I'm going to show you here, we ran a little bit of a longer leader, and that just imparts a little bit more action and a little bit more control. But again, 30 pound Suffix fluorocarbon is a leader material that we've been using on today's episode, and pretty much any saltwater episode we do. Over the last couple days of fishing here, there's been a real changeover in what's been going on in the bait. When we first got here, reports were that big squid were showing up in the bellies of these fish. So of course, when we're going to imitate those squid, we want something. This is a lighthouse lure. This one worked really well. We stuck this one down in the mud a lot of times. We're picking up some fish off the bottom. And again, off the top, we're getting these the flash flies too. And that is a dead ringer in the water for some of the squid that were popping out at the bait table last couple days there. Variety of spoons again seemed to work, but this seemed to be the key one again, the coyote spoon. This 3.5 was all we needed today. And this was actually on the top rod, which is interesting. We were getting this down about 24 feet on a bit longer leader with the black flasher, and it was doing this trick. Every fish we had a one, we were getting more on that side too. And I really think that the difference over the last couple days for us in order to increase our hookups and actually, you know, getting some of these Chinook was we decided to go off the board and go with running dyed anchovies. And I don't think anybody else in the marina has run dyed anchovies. And if we look at the cleaning table today with the amount of fish that we got, a lot of those were done off of the anchovies. And again, these are the BCO Lighthouse special teaser heads. Chrome and glow, we ran both. We had a tandem set up, one right after the other, so either one was going down, and glow was catching as much as chrome was. But if you can go find these ones, I'm going to tell you they really work really well. We'll talk a little bit about the other stuff too. Of course, our 27-foot North River, the brand new 425 to get from here to there was fantastic. The break-in period was so much fun just to learn the ins and outs of how to do that properly. And of course, the new 25 kicker, keeping all our electronics going. Great charging output too when we're out in the water, and that kept again with running two screens, the music going a little bit at times too, and of course the downriggers up and down are making the draw as well too. No problem keeping up with the charging system on this boat. The downriggers, of course, is Scotty high performance downriggers. I'm going to tell you, over the years, we've really relied on these downriggers. And again, we were running structure. We were putting these down in the mud and having to adjust up and down. And that's a big difference. We're on 18-pound cannonballs, getting them out of the mud as fast as we can. And those definitely worthwhile. The sounders today too. We've got the brand new HDS carbons on board. I got a 16 and a 12. And the high definition of those screens and stuff allowing us to pick up where the bait were. We can almost see fish coming, sounding up and getting the bites, which was quite exciting during the day, which was awesome too. And last but not least, again, probably one of the most important things we don't talk about enough is the net. And again, we got a new net through Lucky Strike Bait Works. It's got a big hoop on it to get the size of fish in that we're catching, and choose a nice deep rubberized mesh basket too. Easy to get that net going in the water, fish fit in it, into the boat, and that's when the high fives usually start happening. Anyway, folks, we're going to follow up a quick list. We'll see it on the water.
There you go.
Should be a good fish.
Steve, I got a surprise for you.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to net for you.
The joester is up.
Here we go.
Here comes the joester.
Well, guys, not a bad way to end a derby weekend up here, right? It's been pretty good. Thanks, guys, for being on the show. It's been tons of laughs, some hijinks, tons of fish today. It's been unbelievable.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
At one point, I think we decided we needed a break, right? We were a bit tired, right? Time out while we reset.
Yeah.
But it's been good. It's been good. And again, all the money goes towards the
Nootka Watershed Society.
Awesome. Pick that up, yeah. And of course, stand up at Nootka Marine Adventures. Jabron and the crew have been fantastic to us. Adele's been great, setting us all up, and great accommodations. Meals have been good.
Excellent
How do you
experience.
cook a good steak last night, T-Bell?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's your contribution.
Yeah.
That and driving the boat and catching fish.
Yeah,
It's
guiding you
fantastic.
guys into fish. That's what I do.
And Steve, thanks for keeping us all on our toes.
Well, it's a challenge, but it worked out okay.
Yeah, it did.
That's good. All right, so we're going to head back in now. We're going to end up the derby, see how it all goes, and part our ways and head off to the next adventure, I'd say, right?
Awesome.
And thank you, folks, for joining us in BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. We look forward to having you join us on a future episode.
Jabron White.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. This derby has grown over the years, and it really is more important now than it ever was before. Many of you are aware that live on the other side of the island that most of you have no fishing, and we do. And it really is because of salmon enhancement and the efforts that we've put into head recovery and DNA sampling. And had we not done the DNA sampling for the past 3 years, we would be closed right now. There's no question about it. So it's really important that we continue to raise funds for salmon enhancement, habitat restoration, and that we get young kids and everybody involved, because it really is our future in this industry. And so thank you very much for all of your support. Our sponsors, Mike Mitchell, Mike Hudson from Port Boathouse, Steve Sear, Steve Ray, all of you guys, everybody that's contributed to keep this alive and keep this growing every year after year. It really is more important now than it ever has been before. So thank you very much, all of you.
We have been operating in this area for over 10 years. And our enhancement budget is about $54,000 a year. So we raise that much money to put right back into working with the Kokanee River Hatchery. We enhanced Chinook, coho, and chum salmon all across the board, 6 rivers. So the money raised here tonight is going to go a very, very far distance in bringing us to that 54 grand that we spend every single year on enhancement. So no small potatoes, this means the world. Certainly all of you coming from all over the place means the world to us, so thank you. When we're not spending money on enhancement, we're researching, we're educating, we're mapping habitat, we're restoring habitat, and we've actually got a few really exciting projects in the work for this fall. So stay tuned, and you can stay tuned by getting on our website, and those of you who have it, like us on Facebook. Cool? Yeah, okay. Thank you one last time. Thank you for coming, and yeah, have a great night, guys.